What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy, Luciferian Prince, coming at y'all once again. It is that beautiful time of the year. Yes, people, beautiful time of the year. Tax season. But before I proceed with this video, I'm going to say this first. This does not constitute legal advice, nor does it constitute anything anti-government. The sole purpose of this information is for educational and informational purposes only. Now, around this time of year, everyone gets this, what I call tax frenzy. Now, me, myself, I don't pay taxes at all, under no circumstances. And I have adequate proof right here, in black and white, from this year to prove to you that I don't. There's going to be a whole bunch of zeros next to everything. Now, when it comes down to taxpayers, if you wish to pay your taxes, lock this video off. Or if you wish to find another route, please keep on watching. But if you object to what I have to say in regards to my status as far as how I go about my business, please, this video is not for you. Now, around this time of year, I tell people, especially people with EIN numbers, I'm going to start there first. People with EIN numbers, if you have an EIN number, you're not even supposed to be filing a 1040 in the first place. If you file an EIN number, if you have filed for an EIN number and using a 1040, you are now balancing, you're doing what I call the balancing act. You're placing yourself in the category as a taxpayer by filing a 1040, but then you're supposed to be looked at as an estate by using the form 1041. It's oil and water. So you have to figure out what you are as opposed to what you wish to become. EIN, 1041. Social Security, 1040. It's just that simple. Now, a lot of people might well be like, well, 1099 and all that. That's great. I have mine right here. You know what I'm saying? But it coincides with the same tax stratagem and the structure that is applicable to those particular forms by that OMB number, which is Office of Management and Budget number, which is the upper right-hand corner on the form. Now, I know a lot of people might have this apprehensiveness about going about these matters because they feel like they might get in trouble, whatever the case may be. Some people may have back taxes. It is what it is. It all goes through a whole parameter of different things, but I'm just going to stick to the generals on this one because I don't want to seem like I'm going all over the place and confuse people. So the title of this video is Taxes. Taxpayers versus estates. So it's called Taxes. Taxpayers versus estates. Now, I'm going to simplify this and I'm going to keep it basic. Now, for any other information pertaining to other stuff, contact me via email. Consultations only, like, period. Don't ask me no questions in emails. I'm not answering no questions. Consultation, put that in the subject line, period. Taxpayers are considered 14th Amendment de facto corporate citizens who are subject to the codes, rules, regulations, statutes, and procedures of the United States Corporation, Inc., circa 1871. Those people are the ones who fill out the 1040. Those are the automatons of the system. That's all I got to say. I ain't going to touch on nothing else. You do your research, do your due diligence. Estates are trusts, people who are now non-tax liable. EIN, 1041. Simple as that. It's not hard. It's very easy. Now, a lot of people be like, well, how do I know that works? Well, let me show you. This is from my paperwork. I redacted, let me see, fold it so I don't let a little bit too much escape. I'm just going to give you an example. Now, as you can see, it's from 2021. This is from this from last year. I just got it this year because from December 31st to the previous year to December 31st to the next year, that's a taxable year. So just because it says 2021 doesn't mean that it's not valid for 2022 because 2022 just started. So we got it right on time. Look at all them zeros. Lot of zeros. Lot of zeros. There's no tax liability in regards to people who file 1041. You know, that's what I use. Now, a lot of people might sit here and be apprehensive, like, well, you're trying to duck the IRS, whatever the case may be. Let's get it straight. That's where this comes from. That's where the paperwork came from. So, before you try to say I'm wrong, obviously, they know something that you don't. And obviously, I'm going by a certain protocol that obviously I'm going by all applicable tax laws. Now, if you want to get scalped, keep paying tax, keep doing what you do. You ain't doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Of course, not in their eyes anyway, because they cool with it. They're like, hey, that's great. We love that stuff. Keep it coming. You know? So, around this time of year, a lot of people doing e-filings or whatever, TurboTax, whatever, taking them to CPAs, however you wish to assess them. I myself am law and master to my own estate, and no, I pay no tax. Legitimately. I just showed you a piece of paper that came from the respective agency that obviously knows that I'm telling the truth. So, if you would like to settle certain matters or try to just like clarify certain things in regards to your particular business instances, contact me via email. If you wish to like pay your taxes and you want to stay in the matrix, keep on going. But you learned something new in less than 7 minutes. See, growing up, a lot of people have been apprehensive about this whole tax probe in the United States. But a lot of people don't even know what tax is. Now, I'm going to do another video after this that's going to prove to you, and it's going to correlate and bring all this together to show you something that you don't know about that's going to affect you in this next taxable year. Now, however you wish to go about your business, remember, it's your business. But remember, if you pay taxes, you are a business. Now, to put the cap on it, say for instance, you might get letters. This is when all the correspondence starts to go. It's funny how the mail can be slow for certain things, but when it comes down this time of year, when it comes down to them wanting to require something of you, it comes right on time. Funny, right? But if you receive any type of notice, remember what I'm saying. If you don't remember anything I said throughout this whole discourse, if you receive any type of notice, proceed, document, etc., from said entity that's requiring some sort of performance on your behalf, if it is not signed by any representative under penalty of perjury, it is null and void. Internal Revenue Code 6065 states that. I didn't make it up. Look it up yourself. If it's not signed by penalty of perjury from them, sending it to you, you are not liable. Now, I wish for anybody to challenge me on that, but I'm telling you the truth. You are not liable. This is in black and white. This is not my conjecture. This is not my bias. These people know particularly that the only way that they can get you is by you being duped. Now, on the Form 56, you notice how it doesn't have a provision to be signed under penalty of perjury. But I tell you what form does. The 1040. Yes. You fill out all the particulars and all the information has to be signed under penalty of perjury. And who signs it? You do. Which now makes you your own tax assessor against yourself. Whose fault is that? Your fault. Because you didn't know what you were doing. And they expect you to not know what you're doing because they like to pat you on the head when you're a good little obedient corporate 14th de facto corporate citizen who just does whatever the system says to. You know, learn how to read. And also understand that all these forms that are going to be passed out now this time of year, trust me, all these forms are written up and drafted by lawyers with the specific intent to extort money from the signer. It's called a unilateral contract. one signature contract, which means that the person who signs it is the person who bears the liability of the contract. A bilateral contract is a contract between two parties, but 1040s are unilateral, meaning your information going on there means that you give them the particulars and they take you on your word and they take your money. Hit me up via email, serious inquiries only. And like I said before, do not ask me questions about forms and emails. You're going to be very upset. You could be upset with yourself, not with me, because I'm not going to respond to no questions via email. Anything dealing with business or business matters is consultation based. Yes, fees apply. It is not something that is taken lightly when it comes down to my particular time. I'm just letting people know that this is how I operate. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. How I operate when it comes down to this is because there's certain understanding and certain interpretations that must be applied. That takes time. I don't have time to be answering long emails. I don't have time for that. Just put consultation in the subject line. That's all you have to do. Make it very easy. You schedule a time, place, and date. Simple. Like I said, serious inquiries only. I don't think people understand what that means. When it says serious inquiries, that means serious. Now inquiries only is something different, but serious means I take it serious. It's business. So don't waste my time and I won't waste yours. You learned that in less than 12 minutes. So people, open your eyes, read your docs correctly, understand and interpret them for what they are, and learn that particularly it's taxes. Taxpayers versus estates. Stay tuned for the next upload. You're going to love it. Peace, light, love. Agents, you already know what it is. Y'all take care. Stay tuned.